You take a group of people aligned with one interest, and you block out an entire section of hotels within at least a 2-mile radius. And what do you get? Episode 13 of the Fresh Baked Niche podcast, where the best half-baked conversations happen. I'm your baker, Patrick, and today, let's get conning. Or, to at least phrase a little bit better, I want to talk about conventions. Just, as an idea, as something people do and go to. And, talk about some of my times with them. Because I've been to a few. But before that, the last con I actually went to was Gen Con 2024. It was my first time. Very exciting. Loved it a lot. If you're big on board games, it's definitely a good time. I would highly recommend it. And I got some nice opportunities to do some meet and greet as well with some creators. Specifically, I got to meet the dude who did Comic Heroes. Dude was pretty chill. Signed my box. It was really cool. If I did my job correctly, you should be seeing a picture about now, if not sooner. So yeah, that was cool. And keeping with the theme, like I said, I want to talk about cons today. I know there's a lot of different cons. I mean, you got ones for like cryptids and makeup brands and military technologies, but those aren't the ones I went to. Actually, the first convention I ever went to was a little one up in Penn State, Pennsylvania. It's called SetsuCon. I'm not even sure if they have that anymore. Honestly, you give me like 2 seconds to ramble and turn from the mic, I'm gonna do a little checky check on the internet. Holy crap, it does appear that they are still going. I used to go. I went like 2 times. The thing was, it always happened exactly at the same time my high school would be doing the like winter formal dance. And at the time I was dating, and the girl I was dating wanted to go to the dance because it was an excuse to be out with your friends, jump around like an idiot, dress up nice, what have you. I, on the other hand, wanted to go to the con. And for 2 years we went to the winter formal, and then I ended up going with a parent alone to the convention. The 1 year leaving her, and then on the 4th year during our senior year we both went to the con. It was a good time. Although I hate to say, I was a bit of a stick in the mud back then. I was a little pretentious. I do hate to say. I tried cosplaying, but I got like anxious and weird about it, which is odd considering like the environment, the people you're with, and especially because I was there with like friends. So it was just like, why care? And it's been almost a decade at this point. I could care less what people think about me. So, it's just those funny, awkward teen years. But no, I like SetsuCon. It was cool. You'd go. It was anime, I should say that. It was an anime convention. So there was a lot of people selling like Japanese sodas and candies. There was a lot of cosplay, trivia things. My favorite part was the what's it called? The vendor hall. Because I am a shopping addict. I like to spend money. And, getting the opportunity to buy like a little Totoro bag or some Card Fight Vanguard stuff or what have you. So, it was definitely a nice time. I look back on it fondly. I think it's what really introduced me to the concept, because I guess I should have started with that. If you have never been to a convention before, look up some videos and you'll kind of get an idea. I mean, it's a bunch of people. Depending on what it is, it can be, a few hundred to maybe many thousands. SetsuCon was one of those ones where it was maybe a few hundred, if that. But like something like Gen Con is many thousands. And, with the size dictates how big the venue is. But the idea is, it's usually a couple of days. You show up, you do your thing, and it's a good time. You get to enjoy your hobby with fellow hobbyists. I guess that's the best way to put it, well, like at the anime convention, you could talk shop with people. You could be like, hey, what's your favorite show? Oh, it's, I don't know, fucking Free or whatever. And you'd look at them like a lunatic because you like the weird swimming anime, acting all high and mighty as you're dressed up as one of 1,000 Urzas from Fairy Tail. But that's how that goes. But it was a good time, it was always nice to do it. So a few years went by, and I didn't like go to conventions for myself. I actually ended up going to a couple of quilt conventions with my mom, which if you've never been to a quilt convention, oh boy, I would recommend. It's different. For me, I like the art aspect. It's nice to see them. Although some of those old women, oh boy, they get catty. I mean, holy moly. Talking about thread counts and, oh, well, they could have done this better. Or, oh, I could have, made that with my eyes closed. And it's like, well, it won a first place ribbon and you don't have anything entered. So, go to hell, Margaret. But it's good. The one I used to go to was actually out in the, I think it's called the Lancaster Expo Center, but I might be misremembering the name. Big hotel, very nice place. Had a nice restaurant until the one year where they forced you to eat in the lobby of the hotel. That one sucked shit. And basically you'd go, you'd shop around, you'd pick up some fabric or some little doodads. Given the age range of most people there, which, by the way, at this time I was probably the youngest person there every time. It was great. You get those little weird accessory things like heat pads and massagers. But it was cool, it was nice. And that went on for a few years, and then, I didn't really go to anything. I mean, nothing I would consider like a con. Like, you'd get a ticket, you'd sign up ahead of time, you'd plan a weekend. Until last year, where I finally sat down and I went, I want to go to Gen Con. Because at this point, I'm really into board games. I've been playing like trading card games basically my whole life. I've more or less stopped playing them and I'm more in a collector's capacity nowadays, but I wanted to go. I wanted to see some people. I wanted to just interact with a crowd that big. The food trucks looked amazing. And so I managed to, book a trip. It was just me and my dad. We went. And man, it was awesome. If you even remotely like board games, I would highly recommend it. Or if you just want to see people in a new way, consider going. I don't think the videos do them complete justice. I mean, you can definitely watch it and get an idea. But actually being there, seeing it, feeling it, just taking it in, like, the atmosphere is tangible with the excitement and the love that everybody had there for board games. And I say board games loosely. I mean, obviously it's trading cards games and miniatures games and war games and blah, 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 blah. But it was a great time. 4 days of just a ton of fun. And, I got to see Indiana for the first time. I mean, mostly Indianapolis, but absolutely a great city as far as I could tell. Some really cool stuff there. Really liked the zoo. I'm a big zoo guy. I mean, I also like aquariums, maybe just a little bit more, but, to each their own. But, like, it was great. And the funniest part, I think, for me was my dad doesn't even like board games that much. And he had a great time. He absolutely loved it. So much so, we're actually going again this year. So for the few listeners out there, if you have any interest in going and, you do make it out, I'll be there for 4 days this year. So come the 1st of August, you might bump into me without knowing it. I'm probably not going to advertise it too much, although I probably will maybe film a little bit just to, get some B-roll for this channel, because I'll probably do a little talk about things I got there and stuff I've did, which one of those plans is there's a food truck. I don't remember the guy's name, and I feel really bad because I really want to shout him out, but they do lobster rolls, and it's interesting how they do it. Basically, you can pick one of, like, 15, 20 different rolls, or you pay just a couple extra bucks, which depending on like the roll you ordered, you're paying about middle price. So you're paying more than their lowest thing and less than their highest thing, and you'd roll the d20. And depending on the results of your roll, determine what you got. And if you could get the 20, you not only got the most expensive roll, but you got an extra roll for free. And I'm gonna be honest, that was a ton of fun in itself, but those rolls absolutely slapped. I've never had such a great lobster roll in my life, and probably one of my favorite food things there. Second best would probably end up being the island noodles. They did a really good job. This year we do plan on trying a little bit more. I'm still trying to figure out how to secure maybe rooms a bit closer, because I think we're still a little bit outside, so we have to drive in, which sucks. But if we could be like within walking distance, I definitely think we'll be checking out just a little bit more food at the center. If not, we might just go to Buca di Beppo, because that was some solid Italian. You know, that's in the future. And speaking of the future, and once again for the few listeners out there, I will also be attending Too Many Games this year. So I have plans to go and meet Charles Martinet. For those of you who don't know, he's Mr. Nintendo as far as I care. He's done the voices for Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, and probably more. So I'm going to hopefully get to meet him and get him to sign something. If I'm lucky, I'll actually get him as well as Samantha Kelly to both sign my copy of Double Dash. Since she does, you know, Princess Peach and Toad. I think that'd be just perfect. But, you know, I mean, there's a ton of people on there. I got, I forget who right now, but I know I got to get my sister some signatures. And, oh shit, weird thing. Apparently Vine Sauce is going to be there. That's neat. I will definitely need to, see if I can say hello. Oh god, Failboat and J-Emoji. Let's go, dude. I need to read this list a little bit more. Anyways. But yes, I'll be there. I'll probably try filming where I can. I'll be there the full 3 days. So, you know, on the off chance you see me, despite the fact that you don't know what I look like, you know, if you think it's me, just say hi. And again, I'll do a video on it, talking about the experience and anything I picked up, because I do have, I'm not going to share it here, but I have a short list of some things I'm looking for. So, that'll be cool. But yeah, I mean, you know, overall, I think conventions are a nice excuse to kind of get out of your comfort zone. If you're someone who's a little antisocial, or, you know, you just need that push to get outside, do something a little bit different. You know, I mean, I've had a good time. They don't even need to be that expensive. You know, I mean, obviously, like, Gen Con's a big one. That one is a bit pricey. And, I mean, even Too Many Games was a little bit much. But, you know, if you can find something, like, cheap and local, go to it. If it's in your interest, even if it's just within your bubble, take that time. Go do it. But, you know, that's about all I have for this episode. It was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, so I do apologize if it's a bit rambly and a little off topic and not too organized. I got very busy this week with work. Didn't get a really chance to script write. We'll say next week, definitely going to like that episode. All I'm going to say is it should be a bit longer, should be a bit more organized, and there's going to be a guest star. But, you know, as always, thank you for baking with me today, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.